Hey, beautiful Geminis. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining me here. Thank you so much for all your generosity. I've been asked to use these angel numbers, so I am using it in all the videos, guys. Blessed change. Messages from the divine. Adventure, freedom, curiosity, new opportunities. 5. A blessed change. Infinite self. Merging with spirit, eternal being, connecting with the ancestors. Unlimited potential. 8888. Earth angels, angels on assignment, spirituality, service, working with others, perspective, 777. So there are a lot of changes coming up, but these changes are blessings. One more. Oh, past is present. You reap what you have sown. Depends what side of karma you're on, I would suppose. You know, for those of you that, shed the old, letting go of limiting beliefs, emerging, beginning anew, refocus and ascend. So you reap what you sow here, and it does depend on what side of karma you're on. But for the angels on assignment, in service, working with others, seems to be unlimited blessings. Gemini. Someone's not looking after their health. They got to eat more fruit or vegetables, especially if you're going through an ascension. You need the extra nutrients. You need the extra fruits and vegetables here. You've been hacked is here. What's going on? Someone's avoiding you or vice versa. Someone is a spiritual narcissist. Someone's making a bad deal here with a spiritual narcissist. Someone is avoiding you or vice versa. Someone is an energy vampire. Someone has been draining someone's energy. What is going on? Half-truths. They're not being fully honest. They're causing some chaos. They're coming, but they're coming angry. So somebody thinks someone is an energy vampire. They could be a spiritual narcissist telling half-truths. Somebody could have said that they're awakened. I don't know, but they're not. Oh. Somebody's moving on. What's going on, Gemini? Someone's ignoring someone. energy vampires. I'm telling you. Something to do with hiding something, half-truths. For self-gain. So, what's going on here? Somebody's holding back. Somebody is holding back. They're avoiding. They're clearly saying, oh, what is going on here? Could be this is emotional manipulation. This could be a third party. Someone could be emotionally manipulating this person. They're an energy vampire. This is an emperor. What's going on here? What? Plan to oh, jeez. Whoa. Oh my God. Somebody is very, very unhealthy. This is the King of Swords. Stopping or is unawakened. This is definitely someone unawakened. Gaslighting. So somebody's trying to get revenge here. I mean, it's like earth angels being called to service. Yeah. Defend. What's going on? This is karmic justice being served. The truth coming out. Oh, shit. This is nasty. Oh, my God. Look at all this gossip, wishing ill will. Someone is very, very, very unhealthy. And it could be someone's judging someone here, or they're under judgment. Wishing ill will to somebody, and it seems like oh my God, this is like, this is all negative energy, all of it. This is crazy amount of negativity. This is everything from scarcity, sickness, the death card is here, I don't know if someone's sick, trying to heal from something, like this is mental health, this is negativity, this is, what in Jesus' name is this? Someone is under judgment. Someone is. This is karmic justice being served. Look at this. This is nuts. This is someone, I don't know. There's a spiritual narcissist out there, and it's looking like an air sign. Like, oh my God. It's like shed the old here. This is craziness. Look at this. I don't like it at all. Whoa. Well, that wanted to come in reverse. Someone, this is instability. This is, someone's unstable. It's like, this could be homeless. What the hell? Someone's doing this. Shed the old. Someone's doing. Look. This is an empress. This is like learning, teaching and learning. Somebody could be ending a marriage. Somebody could be homeless. This could be like, someone may be trying to recover, or somebody could be going to homeless shelters, and like, someone could be preaching at like homeless shelters, or I don't know what this is. People doing service work. These could be like earth angels. This could be humanitarianism. This could be like giving guidance and help to the homeless. This is like, whoa. It depends what side of karma you're on. You know what I mean? Like, there are people out there that are really, really doing service work, like humanitarianism, like the environment, like providing food and shelter to the homeless. This is like, whoa, I'm blown away with this. Someone is not eating healthy. Maybe they can't afford to eat healthy. You know, somebody could be like really, really struggling here and can't afford fruit and vegetables, or can't afford to eat healthy. This could be mission work, like missionary work. You know, when you do missionary work, a lot of service workers do missionary work. Like, you know, it starts within your own home, and it starts within your own family, and it starts in your own community. Um, Someone is bragging about all their good deeds, all their everything good they've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're truly helping people, you don't need to brag about the good that you do. It's like somebody is doing this, someone is a spiritual narcissist. It's like they are doing some work, spiritual work, but they turn around, they say how much better that they are as a human being because they helped this one and they helped that one and they did this. I don't know where this is going to, but like a true service worker is not going to say, you know, all their good deeds, what they do. They're just going to go help and assist. So somebody is using their spirituality to control. Like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm an earth angel. I am this. I am that. First of all, an earth angel would not say they're an earth angel. Okay, they wouldn't do it. They'd have a big target on their back. Second of all, if someone is doing missionary work or is doing stuff like that, they don't brag about that. You could be calling someone out here. I don't know, Gemini. Like, I feed the homeless, I look after this person, I look after that person. Oh, they couldn't afford to eat, and I bought them food, and I did this, and I did that, and blah, 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 blah. That's what this is saying. So, when you truly, you know, first, like I said, first of all, an earth angel would not go around announcing that they're an earth angel. They wouldn't. And second of all, the good deeds and the good works that they do from the goodness of their heart. They don't need to tell anybody. It's like paying it forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like paying it forward. Well, you know, here's a time when I couldn't afford to eat, and I know what it's like to be homeless, or I know what it's like to be without food. So yes, if I can help you out, I will help you out. But enough said. They don't have someone is doing this for like bragging rights, and they're doing it for self glorification. Like, it's beautiful to help out the homeless and then feed people and do missionary work and all this, but how did they know that this homeless person wasn't an earth angel? How did they know that this homeless person wasn't an earth angel and that they were being tested? I'm just saying. So there's a lot of judgment here, or there's a lot of misalignments here. So it's like, I always used to hate that, quite honestly. I've been hungry. And I do know what it's like. You can't tell by looking at me now because I eat pretty good. But back in the day when I had young children, that was a completely different story. And I do remember being hungry, and I do remember, always, I'm for real here. Somebody could actually be homeless. But it's like someone else comes in like a spiritual narcissist saying, what I did for you, you like owe me because I fed you, I clothed you, I gave you food when your children had nothing to eat. It's something like this going on. Like making them someone feel guilty and ashamed that they needed help. This is weird. Sorry guys, I've caught this cough from my granddaughter. She's better now, but I haven't. Anyways, that's what this is saying. Like, if you're honestly going to help people, do it without expecting anything back in return, or don't do it at all. Because someone's laying a guilt trip here, they are a narcissist, whether they're a feminine or whether they're the masculine. This is like someone pointing their finger, giving the shake to somebody. Do you know what I've given up for you? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I work for? Do you know the Lord? Do you know? It's like preaching with the finger wagging. That's narcissism, whether it's coming from just a regular person or whether that's coming from someone who claims to be, enlightened and spiritual. It's like they're shaming someone and holding something over someone's head because I helped you out, or I brought you food when you were, what I did for you. Well, they're really not right with God if they're doing that, and they're certainly not an earth angel if they're doing that. I could be talking to somebody who's like, I don't know, somebody could be preaching from the pulpit. I don't know. It's like they claim to be spiritual, but they're shaming people for their poverty or their misgivings or their bad days. You know what I'm saying? An earth angel energy would not do that. When they're claiming, do you know who I am? I work for the Lord. I am this, I am that, I am. There is no I in team. Nobody can do anything really without the blessings of God. They don't get their power from themselves. They get their power from God. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're making claims like, I'm an earth angel, or I am this. And there are earth angels, don't get me wrong. But a true earth angel ain't going to say who they are, and they're not going to ask for their money back, and they're not going to give. They expect nothing back in return. This one is like guilting someone. Do you know I fed you when you were hungry, and I did this for you, and I did that for you? And soon as they start preaching that I word, they're not speaking for God. They are not. It's like when you're doing works like that, it's like It's hypocrisy. Imagine, Jesus coming down and shaking his finger at everybody. That's what I'm seeing in my head. He wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. It wouldn't have happened. And if we're supposed to be this Christ-like energy, it's a big claim for number one. And number two is like, who's giving these titles away anyway? I never remember God coming down telling me I was an earth angel. I don't recall the conversation ever being had. I don't think I would dare to speak that, to be real with you. Even if I was one, I certainly wouldn't go around saying it. Have I done good works? Of course. Yep. But me, myself, I didn't choose to do it for me. I do it when I'm told to do it. Like, I don't want to just, like, go out randomly and do stuff like that. I get told who I am supposed to be helping, and I listen, basically. I don't ever profess to be an earth angel. A chosen one. I don't freaking know. I might be in the pits of hell before. I don't know. My life ain't over yet. I guess it depends on what kind of karma you did or didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, someone, maybe it's someone in your family. This is the naysayer. This is someone who likes to preach how wonderful they are. I don't know. They could tell everybody what they did. I remember I brought you 3 bananas and 2 oranges, and when you were hungry, when your children had no food, I gave them food. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, and they never shut up. How important they are. And if it wasn't for me, you would be homeless. And if it wasn't for me, blah, 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 blah. They're not an earth angel to do that. They are a narcissist. That's what this read is saying. And they're laying a guilt trip about it. I don't know, maybe this person goes about the family or goes about the community and on one hand, feeds the hungry and does all that and then turns around and says how good they are because they did those things. I'm not sure. It's something like that. And professes to be like an earth angel. Or chosen one. I am chosen. I am better than you. I am righteous. No, they're being self-righteous. Because to be real with you, and I do service work. And I've been doing service work probably the better part of my entire life. And I don't ever remember God telling me I was chosen. And I don't ever remember God telling me that I was an earth angel. And it would be blasphemy almost for me to say it or speak it. Because if you truly were, I actually encountered a real live earth angel one time. Me and my kids were out camping when they were really young, and it was a really dangerous situation. We were so far out in the bush, and I was driving my car back with two little kids and a dog, and the car loaded down with gear. I ain't a car yet. And the car broke down on the soon as I got out onto the highway. Which is weird that it wasn't on the gravel road. How I even made it back to the highway, I don't know. Anyway, I'm on the highway, the car breaks down. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just freaking stalled right in the middle of the highway. So I had to get out of the car and like push it off to the side of the road. Well, I pushed it off to the side of the road. And this one vehicle was coming the opposite direction and passed me. And just as that vehicle had passed me, another vehicle, a truck, had pulled up behind my car. It was these two guys that got out of the car or the truck and says, "So what's wrong? We can, let's have a look under the hood." And I thought, thank God someone's here because I don't know how to fix my car. And I didn't have the money, number one, to call a tow truck or anything else. And I had spent all my money on the trip taking my kids for a camping vacation because I didn't have a lot of money. So anyway, these two dudes come out there and they're looking under my hood, but they're not really doing anything. And they go, "Oh, we can't fix this. We're going to have to take you into town and we'll send for a tow truck." And I'm like, I have two kids. I said, I have two kids and a dog and all our gear. And they're like, yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You come with me and I'll stay in this one will stay and look after your kids. And I'm like, fuck that. And just as I'm getting all nervous here and getting scared, I was actually scared. That other vehicle that was going the opposite direction pulled around apparently and come back, and they said we got a bad feeling from those two. So they said, "Where do you live?" I lived like 3.5, 4 hours from there. They were going to Alaska and I was going the opposite direction. They said it's okay. There was a man and a lady, an older couple, and they said, "You're coming with us. And we're not taking no for an answer. We're not going to let you go with those two people." And my kids, the dog, and me all got in the back seat of their car. They didn't have a big car, but they took everything. They took most of my clothes that we needed. Some of the camping gear I just left in the trunk of the car. But this couple was driving down the road, and the woman turned around and she looked at me, and I met her eyes. And she looked at me and she says, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "Yes, I do. You're my mom. My mom had passed away. Her eyes were identical to my mother's." And I go, you're an angel." And she looked at the guy and they looked back and smiled. She said, "You could say that, I guess. Would it be okay for her to say that?" she said to the guy. They drove me 4 hours home, got me safe and sound in my house, sat and had a prayer with me, and left, and I never saw them again. They saved my life that day. They did. Or my children's lives, or all of our lives, I swear to God. I believe they were angels. especially when I looked at that woman's eyes and I saw my mother's eyes, who had passed away the year before. I knew that was the spirit of my mother or an angel. And they would not even say who they were. But I knew. I knew they were. And that's what I'm talking about. Those people never come back to me and said, "Do you know what I did for you?" Do you know what they said to me? I had $20 and I offered it to them. And they refused to take it. They said, "No, we don't need money." I couldn't believe those people. I cried. I was so touched. I bawled and I bawled and I bawled and I bawled like you wouldn't imagine. I'm getting teared up now. So there is a spiritual narcissist out here who is making claims, I guess, apparently. I don't know. It's not enough that you do good deeds or good works. It's God's choice, and God will choose who God wants to choose. Yes, even the homeless, even the hungry, those who are heavily laden and heavily burdened, who are homeless, have no homes. I don't know. Those facing death, perhaps, those facing illnesses, betrayals. I don't know. That's probably who spirit goes to first. I don't know. Those troubled. I don't know. But there is some kind of narcissism going on here that spirit's addressing for sure. I don't make claims like that. I would reckon to guess that if you really come across a true live living angel, and many of you have, and there are earth angels, I believe. They may come in human form, but they don't always have to be, lighting up the sky and doing miracles. They just come when they're needed, and they go just as quick. We don't know who they are. And it's like, be careful how you treat people on this earth, and be careful where you tread. Because, mocking and making fun of people who are down and out is not good on the karma side, I can assure you. It's like, I'm not saying it's you, Gemini, doing that. But sometimes people get a little holier than thou when they're preaching the Word of God. And they kind of learn to leave the word God out of it. I'm just saying, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing here. I mean, people can do miracles through Christ Jesus. They can. They can do miracles, but it's like me. I'm not doing miracles, but He who works through me sure can. If He chooses me as a vessel. chooses you as a vessel, you can do the same. But some people have the gifts, but they don't give recognition to he who gave them. That's what this is saying. Take care.